Hey everybody, it's Healthcare Sucks coming to you with a Happy New Year wish. May you all drive safely. Anybody drinking and driving, don't do it. Don't even think about doing it. Call a cab, walk. Trust me, I've had many friends over many years be idiots, lose their licenses. Other people crash and burn, hurt people or themselves, so I know it's almost midnight on the East Coast, so you guys remember, don't drink and drive. I know it sounds corny, but I care. Hey, brothers and sisters, we love you. With that being said, I hope the new year brings us all better times. Weird things going on tonight. I was out getting money from the banks, and the banks were having problems with their computers updating today. And I thought, well, it's just the banks, right? So I went down to use a credit card at another place, and they're having problems with their updates. Went to the post office to mail a package tonight. Couldn't use the credit card at all. All the postal thing in Oregon out here, in at least Otis and Lincoln City, was down. Went to Burger King, guys. Burger King could not update their app, and it's just down. And they were having problems. We were talking about it with the computers all night too. So with that being said, it's probably too late for most of you to safely get any money out, but you might consider tomorrow, if you can get into it, which you probably will be unless something bad goes down. Draw a little bit of cash and have it set aside in a safe location. If you don't need it, put it back in later. Don't overdraw or anything crazy. It's not as far as we know, it's not the end of the world tomorrow. With that being said, I think a lot of things going down right now, from things out there with the United Nations. Get out there on the internet and surf it and check it out. The DDR, look that one up too. DDR in United Nations. That thing's going down. That's for real too. Uh, with that being said, guys, as always, just keep your eyes open all the time and ears, and don't believe half of what the government tells you, and most of the media stations don't believe a tenth of what they tell you. Go out there and research it yourself. In the background, Australia's having some major fires, guys. It looks literally end of days type scenario. I guess it was like 85 to 100 degrees, give or take, over there at 8 a.m. this morning. I was going to run it all for you, but it was glitching. But a lot of different fires. Watched one show, guy was talking about the volcano type situation and magma moving around. Another guy was talking about Planet 12 out there. A lot of that's, people thought conspiracy theory for years about the government, conspiracy theories about the Republicans or the Democrat, what goes on behind the scenes. Well, we know what goes on behind the scenes for the Democrats now, obviously. As far as the Republicans, I'm sure they're got some dirty pull going. But, they used to expect that from the one side. And now it seems like it's all shifted to the other side. With that being said, I urge you, locally and state, to look at who the candidates are and look at where we're at today. And honestly think we could be a much worse off. Something to consider for resolution is keeping our current president. I know it ain't going to make me popular with some people, but hey, the truth is, we're doing okay. And we're not being stabbed in the back. Definitely not as much as we were during the last administration. The guy came out with big smiles and, oh yeah, we're all doing you so good. And healthcare sucks. Yeah, He's the one that brought the healthcare sucks to a full range sucking. With that being said, also, guys, the opiate farce is starting to rev up again. They're wondering why the mental illness thing is out of control. They cut all their meds. The people are suffering from their pain meds, wondering why the heroin is like so abundant. There was a thing called the Contra era where we were flying over arms and cash and bringing home dope. That was the CIA, NSA little hush program that's all out. We all know that's fake. That's not BS. It's true. I honestly think that down at the border that they're allowing things to come across the border. I'm not saying by any way it's our guys that are doing the great job on the border patrol or the sheriffs or people like that. This is much bigger. There's some real darkness going on, guys. And with that, you might also think about in these times taking Jesus in your heart, praying once in a while. Jesus died for your sins. He forgives you right up to the last minute, guys. So you can always, no matter what you've done, you can always have a change of heart. No matter what hocus pocus religionary things that you've been into that you just haven't felt right about or your lives haven't gone anywhere with, it's not too late to find Jesus. And I'm not an ordained preacher. I never have claimed to be. I'm not a straight line walker, but I'm a straight talker. And it's something to consider in this new year to find Jesus. It might not be too far off. Guys, when you spin a roulette wheel, there's so many things that are going on right now that it could stop on to change the world in effect in a minute. And we all want to keep track of that. And with that, we do love you from Healthcare Sucks. I shout out to many of my good friends out there that are fighting it. Secure Team, Tyler's having a hell of a bad time right now. They're going after him. They're going after a lot of other people right now, guys. So, as these bigger people fall, the little people are going to have to stand up. We're going to have to keep the word going out. Marfugel's doing great out there. Very proud of him. The guy's come a long ways. Old school BP. Yeah, I got you back, BP. Taught me a lot of good lessons. Not just with what's going on out there and, you know, what's really going on out there, but also about the Bible. Council of Time, Michael. Pastor Paul, you guys are great. So many of you guys out there, it's hard to give thanks to everybody. Snafu, you never gave up on me. Brother, I love you. Much love that way. Great Dabu, you've been doing it for a long time too, brother. And you're doing a great job. MB333, another great. I noticed tonight, I've been keeping track of it. They're going after game channels now too. Some of the really big game channels, like a guy had 500,000 followers and they cut the legs up from underneath him. Seems like they're picking and choosing who they're taking out right now. It's kind of out of control. So with that being said, and also you, Dutch. That's right, Dutch Sense. Thank you for teaching me what you've taught me. I'm still not a pro. I'll never be Mr. Dutch, the great earthquake detective. But I do try to keep people alert. So just do your part. Try to make your life better, the ones around you better this year. Try not to hate. Try to forgive. Let the Almighty do the judging. And with that, we're all equal. We all deserve equal rights, equal justice. And think about what's going on out there right now and how the current Mr. T has gone through hell and high water for 3 years and still comes out swinging and is still Never been revengeful. Still trying to make, as he puts it, America great, keeping America great. Very important that I personally feel we keep him in, and in 2021, the root of all evil can be taken care of. And with that, healthcare sucks! Don't forget it. And Happy New Year! Right now, it's pretty close on the East Coast. West Coast ain't far behind. And don't drink and drive, damn it. I mean it. Because we love you. Troy out.